Welcome to T1 Academy. In our last videos, we solved problems based on time and distance, relative speed and all the concepts. So today in this video, we will discuss some more problems where the times will be not matching. Okay, so what we will do when the times are not matching means, we will solve those type of questions now. Now, see the first question, students. A train starts from Delhi at 6 a.m. and reaches Ambalakand at 10 a.m. Okay. The other train starts from Ambalakand at 8 a.m. and reaches Delhi at 11:30 a.m. Okay. If the distance between Delhi and Ambalakand is 200 kilometers, then what time did the two trains meet each other? What times did the two trains meet each other? Now see here, students, this is a simple question, but what we should be careful here is about the time. Okay, two places are there, one is Delhi and the other one is Ambala, right? In these two places, the distance between these two places is given as what? 200 kilometers. 200 kilometers. Now see here, students, if they doesn't mention us the time, that means at what time they are starting or at what time they are ending. If they doesn't mention that, what we usually do, what here, students? One train is starting from Delhi to Ambala and the other one is starting from Ambala to Delhi, right? So we will write distance by relative speed. When they will be, it means we will write distance by relative. For example, assume both were started at 6 a.m. Assume both were started at 6 a.m. Then we can easily tell at what time are they meeting. What we will do generally, distance by relative speed. Distance by relative speed. That is the process. But what is happening here? Are the two trains starting at the same time? No. Those two trains are not starting at the same time. Now see here, the train from Delhi, okay, is starting at what time? 6 a.m. 6 a.m. and it is reaching Ambalakand at what time? 10 a.m. Now tell me, what is the time duration here for us? 3 hours. That means it is taking 3 hours to travel 200 kilometers. 3 hours to travel 200 kilometers. Now see the other train from Ambalakand, train from Ambala. It is taking what time? It is starting at 8 a.m. It is starting at 8 a.m. and it is reaching Ambala at 11:30 a.m. Now tell me how many hours, what is the time taken by this train? 3.5 hours, right? 3.5 hours, yes. Now please observe here, students. First of all, we will find the speeds of both the trains. Speeds of both the trains. What is the speed of the train from Delhi? Distance by time. Distance by time. So what is the distance here? 200. And what is the time taken by 3? Okay, good, super, 200 by 3. Now next, what is the speed of the train from Ambala? Distance is 200 and it is taking 3.5 hours. That means what I can write this one as 7 by 2. So what happens to speed of Ambala train? 400 by 7. These are the two speeds which we have here. These are the two speeds which we have here. Okay, good, superb, sir. Now, if they start at the same time, we would have written distance by relative speed. But please observe here, the train which is starting from Delhi is starting at what time? 6 a.m. The train which is starting at Ambala is starting at 8 a.m. Now, first and foremost thing what we need to do here is, we need to equal the times. We need to equal the times. How we can equal the times? Tell me, is it possible for me to go from 8 a.m. to 6 a.m.? Or is it possible for me to go from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m.? We cannot go to past, but we can go to future, right? So that is the reason at 6 a.m. this train is at this point, right? So now the time is what? Now the time is 8 a.m. Generally, what is the speed of this train which is starting from Delhi? Its speed is 200 by 3. Its speed is 200 by 3. Now in 2 hours, how much distance it will cover? Tell me, students. It will cover what distance in 2 hours? It will cover what distance in 2 hours? 2 hours. 1 second, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. It is 4 hours. Sorry, my mistake. This is 4 hours. So distance by speed. So 3 and 200 by 4. What is this speed? 50 km/h. What is its speed? 50 km/h. 50 km/h. Its speed is 50 km/h. That means in 2 hours, what is the distance covered by my train from Delhi? What is the distance covered by my train from Delhi? It will cover 100 kilometers. It will cover 100 kilometers. It is going to cover 100 kilometers. So now at 8 a.m., what is the distance between the two trains? At 8 a.m., the distance between two trains is 100 kilometers. 100 kilometers. And now anyway both the trains are moving simultaneously. When we have two moving objects, what is the formula for time taken to meet? Distance by relative speed. What is the relative speed between these two students? Relative speed here will become 50 plus 400 by 7. 50 plus 400 by 7. So what happens to this? 350 plus 400, it becomes 750 by 7. So relative speed is here 750 by 7. Okay. Now time taken to meet is equal to distance by relative speed. What is the distance here? What is the distance between them at 8 a.m.? At 8 a.m. the distance between them is 100 kilometers, and the relative speed is what for us here? 750 by 7. Relative speed is 750 by 7. So 7 will go to numerator, 0 0 get cancels, and 5 2s are 5, 15s are. It will become what, students? 14 by 15 hours. It will become 14 by 15 hours. So it is in hours, right? I will convert it into minutes. So what happens to this? 14 by 15 into 60 minutes. So now 15 ones, 15 fours. So 14 fours are 56 minutes. That means now tell me at what time both the trains will meet each other. Now first what we have done, we made the times equal. What is the time now? 8 a.m. 8 a.m. plus 56 minutes. That means the two trains will meet at 8:56 a.m. The two trains will meet at 8:56 a.m. So in this type of questions, the first and foremost thing which we need to do is, we need to equal the start times. Equal the start times. And when the time is equal, then you should find what is the distance between them. See, actual distance is 200, but at 8 a.m. the distance between the two trains became how much? Just 100 kilometers. Why? What is the reason? In 2 hours, the train from Delhi will travel 100 kilometers. The train from Delhi will travel 100 kilometers. That is the reason this thing happened here. Okay, understood? Now we will see the next question. Now, Bombay Express left Delhi for Bombay at 12:30 hours, traveling at a speed of 60 kmph. Okay. Bombay, Delhi. Now see here, Bombay Express left Delhi for Bombay. Okay, it is leaving Delhi for Bombay. It is leaving Delhi for Bombay. At what time it is leaving? It is leaving at 14:30 hours. This is 24 hours clock, students. Okay, this is Bombay Express. This is Bombay Express. Next, traveling at a speed of, what is its speed? Speed of Bombay Express is 60 kmph. Okay, fine. Rajdhani Express left Delhi for Bombay. This one is also the same thing. Rajdhani Express is also doing the same thing here. It is also leaving Delhi for Bombay. At what time? On the same date, 16:30 hours. Okay, good, super. This one is also starting from the same thing. What it is? Rajdhani Express is starting at 16:30 hours, traveling at a speed of 80 kmph. Okay, now my Rajdhani speed is 80 kmph. How far away from Delhi will the two trains meet each other? Now I need to find how far from Delhi the two trains are meeting each other. As I have already told you, what is the first and foremost thing which we need to do here? We need to equal the times. From 2:30 to 4:30, what is the time difference, students? What is the time difference from 2:30 to 4:30? The time difference here is 2 hours. The time difference here is how much? 2 hours. In 2 hours, what is the distance covered by my Bombay Express? Tell me. In 2 hours, my Bombay Express will cover how much distance? 120 kilometers. That means my Bombay Express will be here and my Rajdhani Express will be here at 4:30. At 4:30, somewhere here at 4:30. That is the meaning, right? So now the distance between them is 120 kilometers. How, sir? In 2 hours, Bombay Express will cover how much distance? 120. 60 into 2, 120 kilometers. Now at 4:30, anyway, both the trains started moving simultaneously, but they are moving in same direction, right? First of all, tell me what is the relative speed in this case? They are moving in same direction means 80 minus 60. So the relative speed here is how much? 20 kmph. And time taken to meet is equal to what? Distance by relative speed. What is the distance between them? 120 kilometers. By what is the relative speed? 20. So that means the Rajdhani Express will travel what time? The Rajdhani Express will travel 6 hours to meet the Bombay Express. Is it correct or not? Yes. The Rajdhani Express will travel for 6 hours to meet the Bombay Express. Now, they are asking us how far away from the Delhi the two trains meet. From Delhi, I need to tell at what distance the two trains are meeting. Rajdhani Express is traveling for what time? 6 hours, right? So, therefore, distance covered by Rajdhani Express in 6 hours. What is the distance covered by it in 6 hours? 6 into 80. It will cover 480 kilometers. Or else, you can also say that when the two trains are meeting, 4:30 plus 6. That means at 10:30 p.m. both the trains are meeting each other. So from 2:30 to 10:30, what is the time difference? 8 hours. You can also say that what is the distance covered by Bombay Express in 8 hours. That one also will give you the same answer, that is 480 kilometers. It is up to you. You can go with Rajdhani Express or you can go with Bombay Express, but please be careful. Why I have taken this Rajdhani means, anyway after starting, immediately after 6 hours it is meeting, right? So I can tell the answer very easily. If I take Bombay Express, I should take this initial 120 and then later 60. I mean 6 hours. In 6 hours it will travel 360 and initial 120. Anyway, it will give us the same answer, 480 kilometers. Okay, right? Next one. Now see here, a train starts from A to B and another from B to A at the same time. Okay, there are 2 points, A and B. One train is starting from A to B and the other train is starting from B to A at the same time. So here there is no need to equal the times. Okay, after crossing each other, they complete their journeys in 3.5 and 4 2/7. What is the speed of the first? Okay, if the speed of the first is 60 kmph, then find the speed of the second train. That is the question they asked us here. Now see here students, whenever you have this type of thing, I want to tell you one statement, one standard statement. What it is, okay, when two trains starts towards each other from two positions, okay, comma, after meeting each other, they reach their respective destinations in A hours and B hours, then ratio between their speeds is equal to root over B is to root over A. Ratio between their speeds is equal to root over B is to root over A. Understood students? This is how we need to solve these problems. Please remember this formula. Okay, first I should tell you what is this concept. Now at some point definitely the two trains will meet, right? Let us assume train from B and a train from A met here. After meeting, A took A hours to reach its destination and B took B hours to reach its destination. Then the ratio between their speeds will become root over B is to root over A. What is the reason, sir? Means see here, this is the initial distance which was covered by A, which was covered by the train A in the meeting time, and this is the distance which was covered by B in the same time. So when you equal this time with this time, you will get the answer, students. That is root over B is to root over A. There is a big explanation behind that. We don't require that. Just remember this, root over B is to root over A. After meeting each other, if they reach their respective destinations in A hours and B hours, then the speeds ratio will become root over B is to root over A. Now here similarly, after their meeting, they reach their destinations in what time? 3.5 hours and 2 4/7 hours. So 3.5 hours means what I can write here, students? 3.5 hours means I can write it as 7/2, right? 7/2 hours, and the other one is 7 2s are 14, 14 plus 4, 18/7 hours. These are the two times they have taken. Now their speeds ratio, what happens to their speeds ratio? Just now I told you, root over 18/7 is to root over 7/2. Root over 7/2. Now here I can cancel, I can square, right? I can square the things here. So square root will get cancelled. Square and square will get cancelled. Is it correct? Can I cancel this one, students? Please tell me, can I cancel this square root and square root directly? Is it a correct approach? Is this a correct approach? No, you cannot cancel the square root with square root. Okay, you can add or you can multiply. Yes, you can multiply a constant, but you cannot square the things. So, what actually it is root over 18 by 7 is to root over 7 by 2. Please don't cancel the roots here directly. But what happens to this one? See here, when I write everything under the root, it becomes what? 18 by 7 whole by 7 by 2. 18 by 7 whole by 7 by 2, which in turn becomes what for me here? Root over 36 by 49. That means now it will become what, students? 6 by 7. So their speeds ratio is what? 6:7. Their speeds ratio is what? 6:7. Now they are telling that the first train speed is 60 kmph. The first train's speed is 60 kmph. Now tell me what will be the second train's speed? Second train speed will be equal to 70 kmph. Second train speed will be equal to 70 kmph. Okay, this is a standard formula. Please remember this one formula here. Okay, right. Next one. A bus leaves Ludhiana at 5 am and reaches Delhi at 12 noon. Okay, another bus leaves Delhi at 8 am and reaches Ludhiana at 3 pm. At what time do the buses meet? Okay, Ludhiana and Delhi. Okay, two destinations are there for us here. Now, a bus leaves Ludhiana at 5 am and reaches Delhi at 12 noon. Okay, it is starting at 5 am and it is reaching Ludhiana at 12 noon. That means what is the duration? Tell me. 7 hours. 7 hours is the duration. But we don't know what is its distance. What is the distance here? Put that aside for time. Now the another bus leaves Delhi at 8 am. It is leaving Delhi at 8 am, right? Okay. And it is taking what time, students? 8 am to 3 pm. What is the time here? Tell me. 8 am to 3 pm. Here also the time is 7 hours. Here also the time is 7 hours. Anyway, distance is same. Yes, sir. Distance will remain same. Distance remains same. Now, what will happen here? See here, students. What is the speed in this case? Distance by 7. What is the speed in this case? Same, distance by 7. D by 7, D by 7. Here both the speeds are equal. Okay. Now, what happens to the relative speed here? Tell me. D by 7 plus D by 7. This will become what? 2D by 7. Why? Because these two are traveling in opposite directions. Okay, good, superb. But, will we directly write D by 2D by 7 here? No. Why? What is the reason, sir? What is the reason? Please observe here. This train is starting at 5 am. This train is starting at 8 am. As usual, I have already told you, first we need to equal the times. In 3 hours, what is the distance covered by this one? Tell me. In 3 hours, it will cover 3D by 7 distance, right? In 3 hours, it will cover some 3D by 7 distance. Why? Because its speed is D by 7. So, D into 3 by 7, it will become what? 3D by 7. Now, what will be left for me here? Tell me. 4D by 7. D minus 3D by 7. Now, that means at 8 am, the distance between the two trains or two buses is here how much? 4D by 7. 4D by 7. Now, you apply the time taken to meet. What is the formula we have? Distance by relative speed. Distance by relative speed. What is the distance here? 4D by 7. By what is the speed? Relative speed here? 2D by 7. The relative speed is what here? 2D by 7. Now, please observe here, students. 7 will get cancelled. DD will get cancelled. 2 1s are 2 2s are. That means they both will meet after 2 hours. After 2 hours. Now, tell me for what time I should add this 2 hours? To 8 am. To 8 am I should add this 2 hours. Because, why? Because we are equaling the time to 8 am. So, the two trains will meet at 10 am. The two trains will meet at 10 am will be our answer in this case. 2 hours plus 8 am plus 2 hours, that is 10 am. The two trains are going to meet at 10 am here. Please be careful, students. When the times are not equal, first your duty is to equal the time and only solve the remaining casings. Next, Anna left for city A from city B at 5:20 a.m. She travelled at the speed of 80 km/h for 2 hours 15 minutes. After that, the speed was reduced to 60 km/h. If the distance between two cities is 350 kilometers, at what time did the Anna reach A? Simple question. Now see here, Anna left city A to city B, right? At what time she left the city A? At 5:20 a.m. At 5:20 a.m. She travelled at the speed of 80 km/h for 2 hours 15 minutes. And they given us the distance between these two positions is how much? 350 kilometers. And she started with a speed of 80 km/h in 2 hours 15. 2 hours 15 minutes means what, students? Can I write that as 2 1/4 hours? Yes, I can write it. So now this will become what? 9/4 hours. So distance covered by Anna with a speed of 80 km/h in 2 hours. Distance is equal to 80 into 9/4. 2 hours 15 minutes. 4 1s are 4 20s are. So that means she is going to cover how many kilometers? 180 kilometers in 2 hours 15 minutes. Okay. Now she covered what? 180 kilometers. Now she will be left with more, how much distance, students? She will be left with more, 170 kilometers. Now this 170 kilometers, she is travelling with a speed of what? 60 km/h. Reduced to 60 km/h. So now time taken to travel this 170 kilometers. Time is equal to 170 by 60. 0 0 get cancelled. So this will become what, students, here? 2 5/6 hours. 2 5/6 hours means what it is? 2 5/6 hours. 6 10s are right. So that means it will become 2 hours 50 minutes. Now please observe this type line. 5:20 a.m. plus 2 hours 15 minutes. It will become what? 5:20 plus 2 hours 15 minutes, 7:35. 7:35 a.m. And to this I need to add 2 hours 50 minutes. If I add 2 hours, it will become what? 9. And it will become what for me here? 10:25 a.m. 10:25 a.m. That means overall, my final, she reached the city B in what time? At what time? 10:25 a.m. She reached city B at 10:25 a.m. 10:25 a.m. Okay, understood? 2 hours 50 minutes. First 5:20. To this I am adding 2 hours 15 minutes, and to this we will add 2 hours 50 minutes. Okay, a simple question, but addition is there. We are doing addition here. Next one, A walks around. This is regarding the circular track, students. Till now we have solved one type of questions, and these type of questions are regarding the circular track. Circular track. What is happening in these cases, we will see. A walks around a circular field at the rate of 1 round per hour. Okay, there is a circular field. A is walking at a speed of 1 round per hour, while B runs around it at the rate of 6 rounds per hour. Okay, now see here, A and B. They start in the same direction from the same point at 7:30 a.m. Okay, assume this is the point. They both are running in the same direction, A and B. A and B. They shall first cross each other at. They shall first cross each other at. Okay, very simple, but please be careful. Assume that the round length, I mean the distance or the circumference of this ring is some D. Circumference of this ring is some D. So usually it will become distance. Now tell me, in 1 hour, A will cover how much distance? Tell me. He is going to do 1 round, right? So speed of A will become what for me here? Distance by, he is going to cover 1D distance. Why? Because 1 round in 1 hour. So his speed will become D kilometers per hour. His speed will become D kilometer per hour. Next, when it comes to B, he is going to run what distance? He is going to run 6 rounds per hour. Okay, so he is going to cover 6D in 1 hour. So his speed is what here? 6D kilometer per hour. Now anyway, both are running in the same direction. Yes sir, both are running in the same direction. So what is the relative speed? Tell me. What is the relative speed? 6D minus D. It will become what? 5D km/h. km/h. Okay. Now when they will meet, tell me. Now first they are meeting, right? Assume this is the starting point as we have assumed. Okay. When the other can meet, tell me. That means B should cover some more distance, then only it should come to A once again, right? Then only it should come to A once again. That means obviously B is going to cover a complete circle once again. Am I correct or not? Okay. When they will cross each other for the first time, that means what should be the difference between those two distances? When D covers more than a distance of the distance covered by my A, B, then they both will meet, right? So now here distance will become what for me? It should cover what distance more? D distance. It should cover what distance? D distance. Then only they both will meet each other. See here students, anyway B speed is more, right? So when it starts advancing, obviously B will cover more distance. Am I correct or not? Then A, that means when B once again touches A, that means B will finish one complete round, right? Then only he can touch A. That is the logic here. So that is the reason here distance should be covered is equal to D. Now what happens to time taken to meet? Tell me. Distance by relative speed. What is the distance here? D. What is the relative speed here? 5D. So DD will get cancelled. So the two things will meet after 1 by 5 hours. 1 by 5 hours. What is 1 by 5 hours, students? What is 1 by 5 hour? It is nothing but 12 minutes. That means the two persons will meet at 7:42 a.m. 7:42 a.m. next once again. So our answer here becomes 7:42 a.m. Next one. A and B walk around a circular track. Okay, good, super. They start at 8 a.m. from the same point in the opposite directions. Okay. Assume this is the starting point. A is walking in this direction and B is walking in this direction at 8 a.m. Okay, good, super. From the same point in the opposite direction. A and B walk at the rate of 2 rounds per hour and 3 rounds per hour respectively. 2 rounds and 3 rounds per hour. How many times shall they cross each other before 9:30 a.m.? Before 9:30 a.m. Okay, that is the question for us here. Now see here, students. First we will find after how much time will the two persons meet each other first. See, what is the speed of A here? Tell me. You can take it as 2D or 2 directly, actually speaking, but for your better understanding, I am taking 2 here. A and B walk at the rate of 2 rounds per hour, so his distance is some 2D. Speed is 2D kmph. Actually, students, you can directly take 2, but for your better understanding, I am taking it as 2D. Next, what is the speed of B? 3 rounds per hour, so his speed is 3 kmph. Now, two persons are moving in what direction? They are moving in opposite direction. When two persons are moving in opposite direction, what happens to their relative speed? Sum will become the relative speed. So here it will become what? 5D kmph will be the relative speed for me here. 5D kmph will be the relative speed for me here. Now, when they will meet each other, tell me, after what time? Usually time taken to meet means distance between them is how much? The same D. D by relative speed. That means D by 5D. DD will get cancelled. 1 by 5 hours. 1 by 5 hours means just now I told you 12 minutes. Okay, that means for every 12 minutes, the two persons will meet. Am I correct or not? Why? Because see here, students. For instance, assume first they met at this point. Once again, the distance between those two persons will become the same D, right? Will it be changed? No. Next time they met at this point. Once again, the distance between them is the same distance D. So in a circular path, this is the advantage. Always the distance remains constant between the two persons. So now see here, 12 minutes. Now they are telling that how many times shall they cross each other before 9:30 a.m. So when they are starting at 8 a.m. and they are asking us before 9:30 a.m. What is the time difference between 8 a.m. and 9:30 a.m.? Between 8 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. the time difference is 90 minutes. Time difference is 90 minutes. For every 12 minutes they will meet for one time, right? For every 12 minutes they will meet for one time. So in 90 minutes, how many times they will meet? 90 by 12. 90 by 12. See here, students, there is no rule that it should be exactly cancelable. No need to worry. What is the quotient here? Tell me, when I divide 90 with 12, 12 sevens are 84. 12 sevens are 84. That means the two persons will meet for how many times? The two persons will meet for 7 times throughout their journey. The two persons will meet for 7 times in their journey. Understood? This is how we need to solve this type of problems. Okay, right? Next one. A circular running path is 726 meters in circumference. Okay, Here they given us the circumference, that is 726 meters. That means here D will become what for me? 726. Okay. Two men start from the same point and walk in opposite direction. Assume this is they are moving in opposite direction at 3.75 kmph one person and the other one is 4.5 kmph. When will they meet each other for the first time? When will they meet each other for the first time? Now see here, what are the options they given for us in minutes, right? Minutes, right? So they given us the speed is in kilometer per hour and the distance is in meter per second. Now tell me what we can do. First of all, find out the relative speed in general manner. Relative speed is equal to what? 4.5 plus 3.75. It will become what, students, for me? 8.25 kmph. Please convert it into meter per second. So 8.25 into what it becomes? 5 by 18. 5 by 18. 5 by 18. This is the relative speed here for me. This is the relative speed for me in this case. Now, time taken to meet. Time taken to meet, distance by relative speed. Distance by relative. What is the distance here? 726. 726 by 8.25 into 5 by 18. This 18 will come to numerator. 18 will come to numerator. So, it will become what for me here? 726 by into 18 by 8.25 into 5. 8.25 into 5. Now, in 3 table, I will try to cancel it. 3 2s are 6. 21 means 7 times and 5 times. 2.75. 3 6 are. Right? Is there any other cancellation? No, that's it as of now. Now, this is the time they both will take. But please observe the options 5.5 minutes, 6 minutes, 5.28 minutes like this, right, in decimals. So, 2.75 into 5. Usually 2.75 into 5, what it becomes, students? Multiplied. 275 5s are. 5 5s are 25, 2, 37, 3. Okay, it will become 13.75. It becomes 13.75. So, 726 into 6 by 13.75, and if I want to convert it into minutes, I will multiply it with 60. I will multiply it with 60, right? So, now please cancel it once again. In 5 table, anyway, it will come back to 2.75 only, and it will become 12 times. It will become 12 times. So, this is, sorry, not with, we should not multiply with 60, we should divide it with 60. Why? Because we are converting it into minutes, right? So, 726 into 6 by 13.75 into 60. So, 6 ones 6 tenths. 6 ones 6 tenths. So, it will become what for me? 726 by 137.5. 137.5. Please solve it, students. What you are going to get, that will be the final answer. 726 by 137.5. Anyway, 5 times. Why? Because all the options are more or less the same 5. So, 37.5 into 5. 37.5 into 5. You will get something around 137.5 into 5. 5 times. 2 means 7 times. 3 means 8, 1, 687.5, 687.5, 687.5. So, what you will get here? Here you will have 26 and 12.5, 26 and 12.5, it will become what? 38.5. So, once again, if I take 0, it will become what? 385, 385. So, that means 2 times. So, the answer here will become 5.28 minutes, students. Answer here becomes 5.2. Just the calculation is lengthy. Why? Because the values which here they given for me here are little bit complicated. Why? Because something are given kmph, some are given in meters, some are given in seconds. That is the reason the calculation became lengthy. But else the answer will be, the concept is very, very simple here. Okay. Next one. Now see here. A train travels at a certain average speed for a distance of 225 kilometers and then travels at a distance of 245 kilometers at an average speed of 8 kmph per hour more than its original speed. If it takes 5 hours to complete the total journey, what is the original speed of the train? Let us assume original speed is some x kmph. And with this speed it is covering what time distance? 225 kilometers. And next it is increasing its speed by what? 8 kmph. So that means x plus 8 kmph is the new speed. With this speed it is covering what distance? 245 kilometers. And what is the whole time in this case? The total time is equal to what? 5 hours. 5 hours. So time taken here plus time taken here is equal to what? 5 hours. What is the formula for time? Distance by speed. 225 by x plus 245 by x plus 8. That is equal to 5 hours. That is equal to 5 hours. Now students, don't think too much. Just substitute the options and verify what will satisfy this given condition. In place of x, if I say take 88, it is not cancelling. In place of x, I will take 90. If I take 90, it will become what, students? It becomes 2.5 hours. It becomes 2.5 hours. And what happens to this one? 98, right? 98 into 2 plus it will become like that. So it is taking very less time. So 90 is also not our answer. Let us take the answer is 80 for time being. Assume the time is 80 here. If I take 80 here, what happens to this? What is the time I will get here? Approximately some 80 means 2. 45 by 60 means 2, 3 by 4 hours here plus 245 by 88. 245 by 88 means 88 to the 176. Sorry, here I will get, if I take 80, yes, I will get another value, not this one. 2, 3 by 4 plus, what you will get here? If I take 80, 2, I will get here 65 by 80. 65 by 80 means it will become what? 13 by 16 plus 2, 13 by 16 plus. Now if I take here 245 by 88. 245 by 88. What happens to this one, students? 245 by 88. 176 means 2 times. 2 times. I will be left with there 14 and here 45 means 59 by 88. 59 by 88. Are they cancelable? No, those two are not cancelable. Still I am not getting 5 hours of time. Okay. Right. Now I will take 85. 88 first of all I will check 88. What I will get here? 225 by 88. What I am getting here? First option. 176. 14 plus here it is will get 3. 14 plus 25. 39 by 88 plus next time is 96. Why? Because the speed was increased by 8 kmph. Okay, so 245 by 96. 245 by 96 means what it becomes? 96, 96, 192. I will be left with 53. Okay, 253 by 96. 253 by 96. If you add all these times, what you will get? Approximately 253 by 96 and 39 by 88. Here also we are not getting. Now anyway, there is only one option left for us, 85. 85. That is the only option left for me. Let us take it for once. 85 case. So 85 means what it becomes? First 225 by 85. That means you will get 255 by 85 one time. Plus the other one will become what? 93. 93 means 196 means it will become 49. So that will become what for me? 249 by 93. 249 by 93. Now this is the most nearest one. So we will go for 85. Okay. Right. Next one. 3 men start together to travel in the same way around a circular track of 11 kilometers. Their speeds are 4, 5.5 and 8 kmph respectively when they meet at the starting point for the first time. At the starting point for the first time, students. Remember carefully. Okay. The circular track is of what the length? 11 kilometers. Okay. The circular track is of what distance? 11 kilometers. Now their speeds are 4, 5.5 and 8 kmph. Their speeds are 4, 5.5 and 8, and all the three are running at the same direction. Their speeds are what from here? 4, 5.5 and 8 kmph. What is LCM of this one? Tell me. What is the LCM of their speeds? 4, 5.5 and 8. What is the LCM of these things? Generally 4, 5.5 and 8. You can go with 4 table, 1 time, 5.5 and 2 times. So 8, 4 2s are 8. 8 into 5.5, you will get 44 kilometers. Okay. Now everyone should travel 44 kilometers. Obviously they will meet each other. Now they are asking us starting point for the first time. After what time they all will meet at the starting point. Now to finish one round, what is the time taken by them? We usually find. What is the time taken by them to finish one round? The first person, he will take 11 by 4. And the second person, he will take 11 by 5.5. And the next person, he will take 11 by 8. These are the times taken by them. Why? Because distance by their speeds. So what happens to this one, students, here for me? 4, 5.5. This will become anyway 2 times. Okay. To cancel this, I will multiply everything with what? I will multiply all the times. So 11 by 4, 2 and 11 by 8 are the times taken by to finish one round each. Now what is the LCM of these times, students? What is the LCM of these times? LCM of these times is 11, 22 hours. So the time taken by them to meet all at the starting point is what? 22 hours. See, the distance they should travel is 44 kilometers, but usually they are all meeting at the starting point. Definitely they should meet at the starting point only, students. Because of that reason, I found the times here. Okay. So what is the answer for us here? 22 hours. After 22 hours, they are going to meet at the starting point. Next one. This one is regarding the stoppage, students. Please see here, students. There is a formula for this one. Difference between speeds by stoppage time. Stoppage time is equal to difference between speeds by highest speed into 60 minutes. Why we are doing means they are asking us how many minutes does the train does the bus stop per every 1 hour. So that is the reason we are multiplying it with 60 minutes. Actually for stoppage time this is enough. But why we are multiplying with 60 means how many minutes, right? They are asking per hour. So that is the reason. Difference between the speeds is what for me here? 54 minus 45. By what is the highest speed for us here? 54 into 60 minutes. So now what happens to the students? 9 by 54 into 60. So 9 ones 9, 6 ones 6 tens. That means the train is going to stop, bus is going to stop 10 minutes for every 1 hour. 10 minutes for every 1 hour. So our answer here becomes 10. Okay. Next one. Same one. Pause the video and try to get the answer. Similar one. 45 minus 36 by 45 into 60. So this will become 9 by 45 into 60, which will become 12 minutes. That means the train is going to stop 12 minutes for every 1 hour. 12 minutes for every 1 hour. Right. Next, 2 trains, one from Howrah and Patna and the other from Patna to Howrah, start simultaneously. After they meet each other, they reach their destination after 9 hours. And the ratio of their speeds is, just now we discussed earlier, what is the formula? We will write root over B is to root over A. So what is B here? 16. A is here 9. B is here 16. So root over 16 is to root over 9. It will become what, students? 4 is to 3. 4 is to 3 will become the ratio between their speeds. 4 is to 3 will be the ratio between their speeds. Right, that's it. These are the questions based on this one. In our next video, we are going to see the questions based on races. Okay, how the race questions will be asked and how we need to solve those questions in our next video. Thank you very much.